welcome back to Naked News, brought to you by Naked Tech and Crushing Doctors Production. Yes. Tonight we're doing a Kickstarter night, and we've picked out, I think 7 or 8 different Kickstarter projects that we found fairly interesting, or humorous, or entertaining, or whatever it may be to you. So tonight we're going to start off with the first river turbine for clean and green renewable energy. So this is a water turbine that's being designed right now for third world countries to start, and it probably could be more useful in first world countries to take some of the stress off of the current power systems, but it'll benefit the third world countries too somehow. It's said that it can produce, with a water flow of 1.8 meters per second, it can produce, to start with, power enough, or create enough power to power a washing machine and dryer. So lots of rivers out there, lots of sources of water. You can put it in lots of different spots. What do you think?
I like it. I think it's a good idea. I think they should have also made it purify water. Third world country needs clean water and power.
Yes.
Eliminate both, and then they worry about food.
Yeah, well, some of their goals with this that they're talking about is providing electricity to the ones in need, lighting for various municipal projects, improve health and hygiene somehow with power, power the electrical appliances of your home. So maybe, I don't know where this would be useful for where they want to start. Improve access to medicine. So maybe if you're at like an aid station, you're running it, and you need a source of power, maybe this is one way of looking at it, is this could be your source of power rather than using fuel for a generator.
Yeah, you could have a small clinic nearby it.
Yeah. So that's another way to look at it, right? Improve agricultural output via micro irrigation somehow. So maybe powering water pumps to get food or water further out to farm fields. So there's a couple different ways to look at it, and yeah. So I think it's a good idea. More stuff like that needs to be built anyways. Say you live near a river and you've got one of these running at a fast-flowing river, it could maybe have enough power for a small chunk of the neighborhood. So you build 5 or 10 of them.
Yeah, you could build smaller ones and put them in sewers. So when it rains and the water goes down the drainage ditch, then it goes into the sewer through this thing.
Yeah.
There you go. I just solved America's power problem.
Build it into your toilet.
Even better idea.
Yeah.
Build it into the urinals of America. So when all the drunkards are peeing in the urinals, it will power the bathroom.
I would not want to be the maintenance guy for that. That would be gross.
Yeah, that sucks. Have you ever fallen into a urinal?
No.
Bro, awful.
Now imagining getting all clogged up with chunkies. Alright, so up next we have the Dubstein. Hey, that's the Dubstein right there.
Mm-hmm.
So this thing I thought was pretty cool. It's called the Dubstein. What it is,
this is cool.
Yeah, so what this is a drink cup with a built-in speaker system. It's music and drink in one. How it works is you pour it, you sync it either with Bluetooth or connection, probably Bluetooth. Bluetooth would be your best choice. Play it and drink it. So yeah, there's really not much else to it. It's a big mug. You can see it. We'll have links for all these different Kickstarters down below like usual.
It shows like a freaking huge mug.
Yeah, it's pretty good
you can
size.
Imagine, look at this mug that I'm holding, okay? It's like taking this and having it wider than this.
With speakers.
With speakers and full of beer.
And
what's not to like?
It looks decent too. Like, it doesn't look cheap and like, hey, we just taped some portable speakers onto this thing. It looks like they actually put a little bit of work into it.
Yeah, and there's some insulation on it too.
Yeah, so cool idea. They need a lot of money though to finish backing it. They're at $10,000 out of their $75,000 goal right now with 13 days left. It's a little bit gimmicky, but at the same time pretty cool.
I'd really like one. How much is it to even just get one?
You need. Yeah, you need to do the $129 pledge,
Ooh.
which is kind of pricey. I'm assuming it doesn't say what prices are going to be for it, but I'm guessing. Oh, wait, maybe. No. No. The shirts. You can get shirts from their Kickstarter.
I don't want a shirt. I want a mug. I
Yeah.
want a beer steiner.
Well, looks
A
like
Dubsteiner.
so far your first way into it is the $129 pledge.
If it comes with beer, I'll get it.
uh,
You listening to me, Dubsteiners? You damn men from Dub Gear.
it
If you
might
include
not.
beer, yeah, that's a great idea. Actually, they should do that. They should do the Dubsteiner with like 2 6-packs of whatever is fancy in Canada. What is that like?
There's lots.
O'Doul's?
Well, that's no.
Is that from
O'Doul's.
Canada?
O'Doul's is a non-alcoholic beer.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, you don't want that.
What's from Canada? What's from Canada?
I'm a fan of any of the Big Rock beers,
Yes.
so those are good. But there's
Yes.
tons of microbrews. There's all sorts of good stuff out here.
There are, actually. There's a lot of really good Canadian beers that should go in my mouth with this beer steiner, or Dubsteiner.
Yes. So the next one that I had picked out it's not as cool, but it's functional. I would have liked to have had one of these on many occasions. So this is the Smart Quad 4-port 9.6 amp or 48 watt travel USB charger. So it's kind of just like a USB hub, but it's a power charging brick. You plug it in one spot and you can charge 4 devices off of it for Android and Apple devices. So I know a few times when this would have come in handy when we were on exercises with the Army. We'd have a power bar full of people's phone chargers, and sometimes there wouldn't be spots. So this would definitely be good for situations like that. Or if you have a lot of different devices and you only want to plug into one plug, good to go there too.
Again, another great idea, but another way they could have improved this was to throw in another battery onto it, so that way you wouldn't always have to be plugged in.
You mean make it an actual portable charger?
Yeah. Or
Yeah.
make an adapter for a car plug-in.
Car plug-in. Well, maybe, yeah, that'd be alright too. Or,
I mean, listen, you got like your whiny bratty kids in the back trying to play with their tablets that are dying left and right because their brightness and screaming loud, and then your wife in the front seat playing with her iPad, which is annoying, and her cell phone at the same time, and then whatever else you got going on in your car. Just saying.
You know how to solve that. You just turn the stereo up louder until you can't hear any of it.
Yeah, or just don't take your family on your road trips. You can do that.
Yes.
Yes. Go with your mistress. There you go. All right.
Yes. So this one is at 37,000. So this one actually has been finished. It's at 37,000 of the $25,000 goal with 13 days left. So it's a popular device.
The official term is backed.
Yes, backed.
It's been backed.
So good for them because it's a practical device, right? It's not fancy, not funny. It's straight up.
It does what it says it's going to do. It charges 4 devices at once.
Yep. Right. So next up, we have the Boombox Cooler. Now, this one's pretty cool. I thought it was very interesting, but I also have some concerns about it. So what it is a large portable cooler with a 5-piece speaker system built into the side of it, with all marine grade speakers, and apparently it's all water sealed into the power part of it. So you can get it wet, you can splash it, you can spill drinks on it, and it's still good to go. And they also say that it will break a 100 decibel sound barrier. So
103.
That is fairly loud.
103. It's louder than a subway.
My last car stereo I had, well, the reader I had for what decibel level it was at maxed out at 130, so I couldn't really tell what I actually got up to. So I can tell you, 100 decibels is pretty loud.
Yeah, it is really loud.
Now, awesome idea. Like, who doesn't want a portable system that's also your cooler out at like a pool party or beach party or a camping trip or wherever, right? Good idea. Downside?
Again, yeah.
Downsides? Well, it says it's waterproof. That part I'm not so concerned about. My concern would be power consumption. It doesn't really mention, or at least I didn't see anywhere in the article, of what the actual power source was. So
16-hour rechargeable battery.
So I'm going to assume it's a small car battery or a motorcycle battery or something like that, because you can't fill up a cooler too much with batteries, right? Does it also have a capacitor? Because just for example, in my car stereo again, running, like driving around, when I turn that stereo up, and this is actually going to be a pretty powerful little stereo in this cooler, I was making my headlights dim, just driving around, cranking my stereo up, and this is a 400 watt amp system for the sub. The 8-inch sub is 400 watts. The tweeters for 2 of them is 120 watts, and the 2 6.5-inch mid-range speakers are 200 watts. So those speakers are sucking up a lot of power. How long is that battery going to last? Because I know I didn't want to leave my car off with the stereo going for very long.
16-hour.
To recharge the battery.
It's claiming 16-hour rechargeable battery.
Yeah, but is that to recharge it? Because I don't believe that stereo can run for 16 hours.
I doubt it. I think it maybe might last for like 4 hours.
I think 4 hours would even be stretching it if you're going to start cranking that stereo.
I think if you're not cranking it full blast the whole time, it should last 4 hours.
Why would you buy it if you're not going to crank it the whole time?
I don't know, man. I'm just telling you, that's what they built.
Because a car battery will run a stereo like of that, I would say, for, if you're lucky, like an hour. If you're lucky. If you're blasting with tunes. And then is there a capacitor in there as well to help keep power surges from bass notes and stuff going through that battery faster? Because again, those speakers, when you start blasting speakers, they start sucking up the juice.
Yeah, they do.
And then on top of that, my other concern is what happens to the cans of beer when you've got those subs and speakers going? And it's just rattling away at those cans of beer. And now you pull out your drink and you go to open it and you've got this foaming spray all over yourself. You're like, yeah, I'm having such a good party. You get down to your next beer.
That's part of the Boombox Cooler's cool factor, man.
Then you get
Every time I pull a beer out, I want it to freaking spray my whole body down.
Okay, so
it's like a commercial for the beer. It's like, just cut it loose, man. And it's just like...
There's another clip I'm going to have to cut out of this video to do some things with. Yep.
Nasty. I think they still could improve on this, and it's just because I'm superficial like that, is that they need to make one that you can put in an inner tube so you can float down the river with it. If they can make this floating into the water, like float on the pool water while you're swimming around, just having a good time, that would be awesome.
I think it's just a little, for what it, like, the idea is really cool. Practicality of it, for me, is it's going to eat through that battery. It's going to eat through that battery. The practicality
of a Boombox Cooler.
Hey, like I said, cool idea, great for the parties, but at the same time, you're going to get out into that party. You'll just be getting going after you've soaked yourself with your first 5 beer. And then your stereo is going to die. And you're like, this is a horrible idea.
It's all over me.
So it's just gonna, you'll open one, it'll be gone. You're like, okay, let's get going.
What you do is you tell everybody, listen, you guys, you got to just pound these drinks because the longer it's in there,
you can only shotgun this. Only shotgun option.
Should come with a beer bong for extra quick delivery.
You gotta put a big warning label on this for shotgunning only.
I love it.
Alright, so next up we have the Tango mini computer.
Yes, this thing is awesome.
Why don't you
And
explain this one a little bit here?
okay, so basically what they've done is they've crammed everything into this tiny little pocketbook-sized device that's roughly the size of my phone.
My phone
Okay?
too. Pretty close.
Yes, yes. It is ridiculous. It has a built-in capacity of up to 8 gigabytes of RAM, 128 gigabyte solid state drive. It has a built-in AMD A6 5200 quad core 2 gigahertz GPU CPU combo, which is APU, of course. And it can run pretty much Windows 7, Windows 8, Linux, Chrome. It's certified to run all those operating systems. And basically, what they're trying to do is eliminate the fact that you will not need a console, you will not need a supercomputer, and you will not need a, I guess, word processor or whatever type, a crappy computer to do all these separate things. All you need is the dock for this, and I believe the docks are. Let's see how much the docks are. The docks are $89. So
So
you get one of these, you get 3 docks, and you could literally have a device that you take to work with you, plug it into the dock, do all your work, unplug the device, go home, plug it into your television dock, and it's playing movies on your television screen. Or then you unplug it and take it to your kid's room and plug it in and have your kid be playing like a computer game on it.
so then is the idea with this one is that it kind of replaces a laptop overall?
Overall, I believe that's what they're trying to do, as well as take the place of your
Yeah,
console.
with that on top of it. But from
Yeah.
what it sounds like is this would be instead of like carrying your laptop to work, doing your work there, bringing it home, doing some work, whatever at home, and then letting your kid play on it, you just have this phone-sized device that you dock in and do that with.
Yep.
Be pretty
Takes
handy.
all of the hassle out of having to have multiple devices to do simple things.
It'd be interesting to see if this thing gets more upgraded or if they, because not too long ago there was talk about phones that were going to be customizable with little bricks that you would stick onto the back.
That's actually a Google project
Is,
now.
is that one? I
That is a Google project, sir.
I really like that idea because with something like this, like it's a really cool idea that it's powerful and super small and you take it with you, but it's gonna eventually it's gonna go out of date, right? Whereas something like with the moddable device where you can configure it yourself, you can keep buying upgrades and it could still be in that relative size, right?
I agree with you. I think like if they make it to where the docks will be the one thing that does not change for the whole lifetime of the product, and let's say you want to upgrade it, if you could send it back in and then they ship you like an updated model for like a lesser price,
Mm.
I think that'd be awesome.
That's
I think
that's my
that
only concern with stuff like these phones and this tiny PC idea is that you're buying something that's so locked in, whereas technology is getting faster and faster, right? And which means you have
yeah,
to buy more and more devices. So for me, in my mind, it kind of sucks buying things right now.
yeah, definitely. And the other nice thing too is on their Kickstarter page they actually have demos of games running on this thing, and it pulls it off. You can play Battlefield 4 on it. You can play um, that other horrible first-person shooter game, Call of Duty.
Yeah, so this one is already backed. It looks like as well. It's at 123,000 out of their goal of 100,000 with 36 hours to go. So if you're interested and you see this tomorrow, jump on it if that's what you want. The first pledge, and it looks like it gets you the Tango PC plus docking station plus 32 gigabyte SSD plus a 4 gigabyte RAM and Windows 7 trial version for $350, which is, you know, when you think about it, it's actually not that bad.
You know, honestly, I would totally jump on that, and I would just not even worry about the Windows 7. I would just throw the Steam operating system on it. Done.
There's a good way to look at things now too.
Done. Instant Steam box. What do you
That
have to worry about?
that's actually, maybe that's something we should write them and tell them, like, what are you doing? Make a Steam box. You're on a
Yeah,
roll here.
just. I mean, obviously they're gonna want to tailor it for other things, but I mean, it plays games already. You might as well utilize the Steam operating system for it.
Yeah.
Just
Uh,
saying.
yes. So next up we have the tiny house. So these are, from what I gather from this project, is that this is kind of a new thing that's starting to come out where some people are getting tired of buying these really big houses that cost $300,000, $400,000, $500,000, and even you're not. Some of the times when you get down to the $300 and $200 range, you're not even getting a house. You're either getting a duplex or a condo or a townhouse, whatever. So there's these tiny house projects that people are doing themselves and stuff like on this Kickstarter, where you're kind of buying this camper trailer, but it's not a camper trailer. It's got like everything you need, but it's built in a really small environment, and some of them are actually built pretty nice. You just have to want to be living in a small space. You have everything you need, just in a very small spot, but you're done. Like when you buy this, it's like a $30,000 thing. That's it. Your house is paid for.
Yeah, you're done. You don't have to worry about anything else with it. I like this idea because a lot of times you'll see, and this goes for a lot of eco-conscious people, they don't want to live in houses that are taking up tons of land. They want to keep it as natural as possible with the lowest impact they have on the environment around them. And my wife was actually just watching a show on Netflix about this, and it just makes sense. I mean, you know, our economy, and this goes for the world in general, has gotten so bad in some places that people can't afford houses anymore, you know? So now they're going to try to compensate for that and make smaller homes that utilize the maximum amount of space that they can, so that way you're getting the best bang for your buck.
Yeah, like for me to buy my house that I recently had, we had to save up about $20,000 for a down payment, and it was a $270,000 house. Like those are kind of big chunks of money. Like it's $20,000 may not seem like a lot to some people, but 20 grand is 20 grand, and that's just a
20.
down payment, and that's the
Yep.
minimum down payment. Like that, you could save up a ton more and be better off. But if you want to save up a lot of money, you got to think you either got to be renting at the same time, so you're paying for rent at one place, and you're saving up everything you can to buy another place at the same time, and you're still paying your bills, you're still doing everything right. Buying houses
Yeah.
kind of sucks right now.
It's a big deal, man. It's not cheap or easy to do.
No.
And a lot of people don't have that leeway to do that. I mean, if you're working if you're working two jobs, one at McDonald's and one at some other place, you're barely scraping by. You know, are you going to be living in an apartment your whole life? I don't think that's anyone's goal, is to live in an apartment their whole life.
No. Well,
You
at
know,
least you hope not.
I would really hope not. That's ridiculous.
It's not my goal. Not my
Yeah.
goal. But these tiny houses, they can be very cool. At the same time, I would definitely have to take like a tour of one because I'm a fairly good sized guy, and I don't know, it might kind of suck at times. It also depends if you're living with somebody else too, right? Like, do you have your girlfriend, wife, or you boyfriend, whatever, whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
Like,
Your dog, even your animals, like you have to compensate for having such little space.
yeah.
But I think that if they can nail this and move forward on it, then awesome.
Yeah. Cool ideas. Lots of innovation coming out of them from the pictures that I've seen of some of them over the last while. And this one has one backer for $1. They wanted $10,000 goal of 53 days left. 10,000 for that kind of project. I'm sure there's quite a few people out there that would be interested.
Yeah, come on, guys. I think we could definitely back this project. It's a really good idea, and honestly, you know, we're no longer in that time of living bigger anymore. You just can't sustain it. There's no way to do that anymore.
Not unless you make a good chunk of money.
Yep.
All right. So next up, this one is disgusting. I'm hoping this one's a joke video. Ugh. Hipsters Anonymous, a web series. So, looking through it, again, I'm really hoping that this is supposed to be like a spoof on the hipster idea, because, oh god. I'll let you explain this one some more. I don't have the right words for it.
This is a web series that has 42 backers and has hit its goal. So, basically, what they're saying is they wanted to make a, how would you go about this, reality show?
Almost like a documentary.
Yeah, a documentary, web documentary.
Or a mockumentary.
It could be that too, of 5 hipsters that are seeking support and recovery from being so hip. And they want to be integrated back into mainstream society.
Yeah. Or they should just, move to a deserted island somewhere.
I mean, just the profiles about some of these people are so ridiculous.
Yeah. It looks like it could be interesting, or at least humorous. Whether it's real or not, it could be fairly humorous.
And you have to appreciate this because everybody out there has a friend that's like this. Somebody out there, somebody that's a hipster that you can probably relate this to.
I have a cousin. Ugh.
I have coworkers. I live in an area where there are very prominent hipsters.
And with this one too, one of the pledge rewards is a hand-knit slouchy hipster hat. And matching scarf. And yeah, so there's some hand-knit materials you can get from these people for certain pledges.
And that's all we'll give the hipsters.
They did have a fairly low goal though, of $1,000, which is pretty hip. It's very like them. Oh, it's so cool. We'll record this on our smartphones, but we'll make it look shittier. Yeah.
Yeah. That'll make it cool. That'll make it cool, man.
So yeah, that's a good one to check out if you want a little bit of a laugh. And
lo-fi action.
Yeah, our last Kickstarter that we had picked out for tonight is the SpitBUD. So this is a portable.
This is awesome.
A portable spill-proof spittoon for chewing tobacco users. Could be handy. I know that this would have been very handy for, again, a lot of different times in the military because there's a lot of chew going on there. And a lot of really gross bottles and some stuff like that. Yeah.
Now, as a person who spits, how do you feel about this?
Well, I haven't had chew in a long time, but it would be a good choice because it's either you're using something like a Gatorade bottle or just like an open top cup. Those are dangerous.
So do you get the option to spit or swallow, or do you just get sick?
There was one time when, okay, internet, don't take this out of context. One time, very awkward, very awkward situation where I had to swallow. Hey.
Hold on a minute here.
Again, this is just an awkward. Why did you put me in the spot for? You're such an asshole.
It's no. It's good for you. It's good for you.
No. So,
but real on a real level.
Swallowing is bad for you, not the ladies.
Don't swallow anybody out there,
not the ladies.
Especially all you young girls and men out there. No one should swallow. But anyways, the SpitBUD.
Yeah.
I want to know, was this like a redneck guy that was just like, I'm so tired of spitting in my Coke can or my Bud can, that I'm drinking it and on accident I'm getting ill. I just want to make this thing.
You know what I bet it was? Was somebody had a spit cup that was just open, or a bottle that they didn't put the lid back on, and they always left them around, and somebody just kept knocking them over all the time and got so pissed off that they're like, listen, use this. Stop.
No more.
Yeah, because spit bottles?
Gross.
Hot.
It's even worse than picking one up and drinking out of it on accident.
Oh, God. Oh, that just made me gag a bit.
Your own, let alone somebody else's. That's awful.
So gross.
Or you wouldn't do like a community spit bottle, would you?
No. Wow.
Oh,
There's times when you might have to.
But then what if somebody walked in and drank that on accident? Oh man, that's like 6 or 8 guys all sweating and spitting.
Stop this. So gross. But I have a story for you later. Yes. It was bad. Swallowing chew. No good. No bueno. Anyways, that is our Kickstarter projects for this evening. Hopefully you guys go and check them out and let us know what you think of some of them, or let us know if there's any more that we should have looked at, because we really only did take a quick look at the technology and entertaining side of some of them. I know there's a ton more out there. Like somebody's trying to do a musical for Top Gun right now, I noticed before we started recording this. I'm just like, oh, really? Okay. Interesting.
I wish PC Master Race would have a Kickstarter type deal going on the site. It would be awesome.
Yeah.
We should kickstart a Master Race t-shirt computer company.
Maybe we should just hijack it and start taking over.
That'd be awesome. Just, you know what? We don't get paid anything for promoting any of these Kickstarters, nor promoting Kickstarter, period.
No.
But I think it's a good idea to mention good ideas to other people.
Yep.
Because if you just sit on your couch all day playing your lame console, or if you sit all day in your hot room with your computer sweating and just eating Fig Newtons in your underwear,
oh yeah,
you'll never learn anything.
Oh yeah, Fig Newtons in my underwear.
Ew, not like in your underwear, but like you're in your underwear eating them.
You're in your underwear?
Oh God, that's so gross.
Anyways, this is getting off topic very quick.
We're not sponsored by any of this stuff. We just want to spread the ideas out there.
Yeah, ideas we thought were cool. Maybe someday we'll have our own.
Maybe you're cool too, and you have ideas. So, comment. Just throw a comment out there on our YouTube channel.
Show us what it is. Maybe we'll talk about it.
If you've got a Kickstarter and you're interested in us, throwing it out there and letting a few thousand people see it, cool.
Anyways, hope you guys had fun with this video. Again, let us know what you think. All the links will be below this in the description. Kickstarter.com. It's a fun website to go check out once in a while. See you guys later.
And you girls.
Yes, you girls. Especially
that came out really sexist.
All right.
Man.
Goodbye.